Yes, this is the Player Supreme Show. I'm your host, Player Supreme. And welcome today. Yes, I'm going to talk about your attitude and a couple of other things that are in relation to your inner game. So stay tuned. Yeah, Madonna. That's a freak right there. Now, I think it was about a week ago, someone was asking me a question on the Massive board, M-A-S-F, or at www.fastseduction.com, about the three classifications of good girl, freak, and the hoe. Well, you could see that Madonna is definitely a freak. I mean, anybody with two eyeballs in their head can see that she's a freak. Also, Angelina Jolie is a freak. A good girl is, like I stated a couple podcasts ago, would be like Jennifer Aniston. And hoes are like that old, I can't remember her name, that idiot, that guest model, that big girl who married that old fucker for his money. And I think I used to like that bitch until I saw it. One time I listened to her TV show. I didn't know who the fuck she was. And I'm like, who the fuck is this stupid? Is she on drugs? Then I realized, oh man, that's that bitch I used to like. Damn. Anyway, that's a hoe. And today, as I said, we're going to talk about your attitude and a couple of other things. So let's get started.
What are you going to do?
My brothers, there are four parts to reality. There's the physical world, the mental world, the emotional world, and the spiritual world. What people don't realize is that the physical world is merely a printout of what's going on in the other three dimensions. Let's say you're at your computer and you type out this fantastic job interview letter and you notice there's a typo on it after you hit the print key. So you've got all your pages there and you see there's a typo on there. So you get out your typo remover, your rub out, and rub it out on the piece of paper. Then you hit print again. And lo and behold, goddamn, the motherfucking typo is back. So you get out an even bigger eraser and erase that typo out. Then you hit print again. And lo and behold, what the fuck? The typo is still there. You look around thinking, okay, Candid Camera must be the fuck around here fucking with me. So you go out, you buy the best ebook on effective erasing, and you get all the tools for erasing it. And now you have the tools and you have the knowledge. You hit print again. And there the typo is again. You're thinking you're in the twilight zone, but what you don't realize is the real problem can't be changed in the printout, the physical world. It can only be changed in the program, the inner world, the mental, emotional, and spiritual world. We live in a world of cause and effect. If you don't have pussy on your team, that's only a symptom of what's going on in the inner world. The only way to change your outer world is to first change your inner world. 5 years ago, a guy approached me who looked like a straight-up faggot. I mean, butt-sniffing faggot. This guy even pointed with his pinky finger. That's how effeminate he was. He had no masculine energy at all. And he approached me because he wanted to learn how to meet girls. So we set into motion what was called the program. I took apart every mannerism that he had, including his way of dressing, got rid of the glasses, changed the hair, changed his way of walking and standing and sitting, everything. We took him apart on the outer world physically to pieces and rebuilt him. He no longer appeared like a just straight up butt faggot, a nasty ass sniffing faggot. Instead, he became more of looking like a masculine man. Then we set out on the adventure of teaching him how to fuck. So we had lots of adventures, meeting women and fucking women. But to this day, even though he's read books on how to get girls and all that stuff, he still has no pussy on his team. Because we did it backwards. We tried to change the outer stuff so that there might in hopes be a change in the physical world, which did not work. Instead, we should have changed the inner world. Now, I can't change that guy's sexual orientation. But what I did try to do was, in the later stages, was unblock the blocks that was blocking him, which was all coming from the inside. I don't know whether he's sexually orientated still towards men or not, but I do know that we did work on that and tried to turn him around and make him more on our side of the fence so that he could naturally attract women to him. Unfortunately, to this day, he still has not been able to do that, but he's working on that inner game, on that inner stuff, and get himself straightened out. I feel for any guy out there that was born with the wrong sexual orientation. If you guys are listening to this podcast and you got some gaiety up in you, as I call it, you can work that shit out. I feel for you. But the most important aspect to this game is your inner game. When you get your inner game, the inner program down, as I did years ago, you'll find that you have the same results that I did. Pussy comes to you. It just comes like magic. You don't have any fear of walking over. You don't need techniques. You walk over and you just open your mouth. It's like a flow you step into. And until you guys get that inner game down, you will be forever blocked from entering that doorway of stepping into the flow. But once you step into the flow, it's like magic. Your world changes. And it doesn't just apply to just getting women. It applies to all aspects of your life. Handling that inner game, how you communicate yourself, your inner spirituality, your inner emotions, and your mental plane. That will make such lasting changes in your lives that you cannot believe it. Unfortunately, for this month, actually the new month as it began, but my new month with the podcast company begins on the 3rd, and I am almost out of megabytes, so I have to keep this podcast short. So today we're going to talk about attitude, particularly how to leverage it. Let me give you the definition of attitude. Attitude refers to a state of feeling or mind about a particular person or situation, a position of the body or manner of carrying oneself, as in posture. Now, attitude is a feeling, it's a mood or a mindset, or you can even call it an outlook. But most importantly, attitude will define your entire life. It will make or break you. It will determine if you're successful in life or not successful. If you don't like your life, start with changing your attitude, and you'll see everything in your life will start to change. When you wake up in the morning, do you wake up with a feeling of tiredness and you don't want the day to go on? That's where your bad attitude starts. Change that attitude so that you're happy to be alive. When you go to work, how do you react to your fellow employees? Do you give them a smile, or do you come moseying on in? Are you a sense of power to them? Are people attracted to you because your energy and your attitude is such a bright light in their dismal world? Or do you go like the rest of the sheep and become one of the sheep and just blend in and be miserable like everyone else? Are you a winner in life? Let me give you a few quotes to end this session today. Irving Berlin said, "Life is 10% what you make it and 90% how you take it." Another man wrote, "Nothing can stop the man with the right mental attitude from achieving his goal. Nothing on earth can help the man with the wrong mental attitude." So let's finish you up with a couple of affirmations that I want to pass over to you guys, and we'll call it a day. Your first one, get ready to write this down. I acknowledge the importance of maintaining a positive attitude in my life. Second one, I possess a positive attitude at all times. Third one, I am positive. Don't discount the importance of these affirmations. I did affirmations years and years ago, back in my 20s. I used to believe that people hated me for some reason, that I just couldn't get along with people, and I hated everyone else. And I started doing affirmations, and eventually my world changed. I became, instead of a negative kind of person, like one of those Columbine types who went out and shot everybody up, to a positive person. Let me give you a couple more affirmations. I am optimistic that good things will happen in my life. Now, this is an important one. I'm always constantly surrounded by negative naysayer types. My own mother, she's the type that didn't believe I should have quit my job at Pacific Bell to seek happiness, because she has never known a moment of happiness in her entire miserable life, being married to my father. Even my own current girlfriend, she tends to be more of a naysayer. Like if I stated one time, I said let's go to Europe, and first thing I remember, we gotta save up money. And I told her, you know what, you need to shut the fuck up, because you sound like my mama, and you need to change the attitude to more of a positive attitude, because we don't gotta save shit up. I make a lot of fucking money, so we can do what we choose. So when you have those kind of people in your lives, get them out of your life. It took me years to get rid of my parental influence. What I did was I actually stopped talking to them for a couple of years while I remade myself. I don't suggest everyone go to that extreme, but I come from a very extreme background. Let me give you that last positive affirmation. I am positive about what this day will bring. I am positive about what this day will bring. I rejoice and feel good and glad about it. Until next time, fellas.